So today we're going to do a range test on this, which is my 2023 Model 3 Performance. If you want to skip to the end of the video and find out what range the car actually did, there's a timestamp in the description. So first, let's go to the 250 kilowatt supercharger in Belfast, top the battery off to 100% and see how long it takes for it to run out of juice. And if you're thinking of buying a new Tesla, feel free to use my referral link in the description and we'll both get a ton of free supercharger miles, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out in the next video. So here we've arrived at the Tesla Belfast superchargers. There's 4 250 kilowatt superchargers, which are actually one of the best in the whole island of Ireland. And just about to plug in, car's ready to go, let's go. One of the drawbacks to being a right-hand drive car is that the cable plugs into the passenger side of the car, so you actually have to step over the cable to get back round. A bit of a pain. I'm going to set the trip to 100%. It's saying it's going to take me about 45 minutes. Hopefully that'll drop off. I think it should drop off. So across the road there's a Tim Hortons, and I think in that case we'll go over, get a coffee, and hopefully by the time we come back this will be done. It's good to see that most Teslas are white. Hard to tell the difference between them. They all look pretty much the same. About another 25 minutes to go. It does take an awful lot longer to get from 80 to 100 than it does to get from, say for example, 10 to 30. It's done, we get it up to 300 odd miles and we'll see how far we can go. So here in Northern Ireland we've got two main motorways. There's the M2 which goes above Loughnane to Macrofelt, and we've got the M1 which goes from Belfast to the Ballygolly roundabout. So my plan is to just drive up and down this motorway stretch until the car runs out of power. God, this is going to be boring as shit. We're right down to 16 kilowatts. That's 58 miles per hour. We've added 143 miles of range, and it's cost £14.48 at 38p per kilowatt hour. So there we go, charge complete. So I'm going to unplug and we're going to head down the road. So after 6 miles we're averaging 334 watt hours per mile, and we've used just over 2 kilowatts. So after 24 miles and 23 minutes of driving, we've used 7 kilowatt hours and we're now down to 290 watt hours per mile. So a little bit about the conditions. At the time of filming it was in around 10 to about 13 degrees, and it was pretty windy actually as well, which I'm sure affected the range. So quick update, 46 miles done, over 44 minutes, and we're averaging 296 watt hours per mile. What you'll also see throughout the video is that I'm pretty much exclusively using autopilot, and for anybody that doesn't know, autopilot is like radar guided cruise control with automatic lane assist, but it's a really good system, and despite the new update which has actually made it slightly worse, it's still by far and away the best system on the market. We've done 68 miles and we're averaging 285 watt hours per mile. So we've just passed 100 miles consumed, and it's saying that we've currently done 85 miles, so that's 15 miles more, which isn't actually too bad despite the conditions outside, so pretty happy with that. ...121 miles covered, 34 kilowatt hours used, and we're averaging 278 watt hours per mile. So another thing about this test is that I'm sitting at 65 miles an hour, which isn't the most efficient speed for an EV. It's also starting to rain and it's getting incredibly windy, which doesn't help. But I want this to be real world, so we'll continue on. So at this point in the test, I couldn't help myself, had to stop and use the bathroom, come back, ready to go. 156 miles in, 45 kilowatt hours used and 285 watt hours per mile averaged. It's saying that we've got 113 miles left and 38%, and on our energy trip here it's saying that we've consumed 185.3 miles and we've used an additional 28.9 miles. currently 194 miles done. We've used 54 kilowatt hours and we're averaging 280 watt hours per mile. So last part of the journey back to Belfast, I'm going to do a wee bit more and go to Glengormley and then come the whole way home, and that'll hopefully bring us there at about 3%, in which case we'll just drive about and use that last few percent before figuring out exactly what mileage we're getting. So we're en route to get about 260 miles of range, but we'll know a bit more very shortly. $219 miles travelled, 61 kilowatt hours used, 279 watt hours per mile. We have another 34 minutes or 29 miles to go. Saying that I'm going to be home there at 6 o'clock with 3% left. However, we're coming up to this big downwards hill here, and this is from between Glengormley and Belfast, where it sits in regen basically the whole time, and it wouldn't surprise me if this goes up to maybe 5% left when I get home, so we'll find out soon. So just a bit of an update, 244 miles travelled, 68 kilowatt hours, 277 watt hours per mile. So nearly home, 258 miles done so far. It's telling me there I'll be there with 0%, and we are home with 1 mile left on the clock at 0% of state of charge. Overall 258 miles, 71 kilowatt hours used, and 276 watt hour per mile average. So top job. I'm gonna plug in. So here's a time lapse of the entire journey from start to finish. Literally the most boring thing I've ever done in my entire life, but all in the name of science. And make sure to subscribe. I'll have plenty more Tesla content coming very soon.